And we're coming back at you from the Inside Connection Podcast Studios. This is Meet Our Experts, and I am Sean Horn, joined by my good friend Ramsey Hassan, the reigning Agent of the Year for MediConnect Insurance. Ramsey, thank you for joining me. How are you
Thank
today?
you so much. Good, man. How you doing?
I'm doing great.
Good to
Great
be
now
here.
that you're here and finally get to introduce you to our audience. So, I'd like to start this off. Ramsey was talking a little bit about your backstory. So give us a little bit of an indication of how you got to where you are, your college years. I know you spent some time out in California. So
Yeah.
talk a little bit about that.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So my name is Ramsey. I'm from Steubenville, Ohio. Born and raised, and being part of the Ohio Valley, we were definitely in and out and around Pittsburgh a lot, and uh, going to college out in California was definitely a fun experience, to say the least. And I learned something there too. But I got into sales pretty early in my college career, and I helped a lot of people with technology, consumer electronics, and things. And over time that grew. But one thing I just found a passion for early on was just helping people and solving problems, different problems. So, and that's kind of what led me here. In a nutshell, I found an interest in insurance services, and I saw Medicare. I'll never forget. I was looking for Medicare agent, and there were so many listings. I
Mm-hmm.
couldn't believe it. And I was like, why is there so many? I thought Medicare was just Medicare. What do you even need me for? Then I saw the big book. I saw it was confusing, and comparing plans and doing all that is something that I am pretty good at. So I could be useful here. And then what I found MediConnect was actually how a lot of people find MediConnect on KDKA. So I always thought that was cool to share because I found you just like how a lot of our great members and clients here found us. It's through KDKA.
Yeah, talking about our radio show that we have weekly on Saturday mornings, 9 o'clock, with Rob Pratt, good friend of our
Yes.
organization here. So, talk a little bit more about that though. So you get the MediConnect. What was it about our organization that kind of separated itself in your mind versus other opportunities that were out there?
Yeah, so I think, all these, when I'm sorting all these agencies, you never heard of any of them, but for whatever reason, MediConnect had a ring to it, and it almost sounded familiar. It's something about it. And then when I saw the KDKA partnership, my first thought was, oh, they're on KDKA. They got to be legit. That's pretty much what I thought. And when I looked into it and met with you, actually, you were the person that recruited me and helped me with get started. I said, yeah, these guys are pretty good. And the Medicare world is confusing as all ever, but we work hard to educate people, and I did feel that we provide a valuable service, and we do things what I would consider the right way. With integrity, clean business. We don't do nasty tactics and tricks and stuff. And I really respected that. Coming from a sales background, that's a breath of fresh air. So yeah,
And
we're
you can look on
consultants.
our, I don't mean to interrupt, but you
Yeah.
can look on our Google page and see there's many instances where once you in particular have met with somebody, you've actually advised them to not get on Medicare. So it's really
Mhm.
nice to see that you're not just pushing everybody onto the program
Yes.
to your benefit. You want to make sure it really makes sense for the people we're helping. But this is one of my favorite parts of the program that we do here, and it is we all have that story, that one situation, that one client where we were able to help somebody that really left a lasting impact on our heart and the work that we do. So tell us about your situation in particular that really lets you know that you're in this for the right things and it feels good to help people the way that you do.
It's my favorite story to tell because as many people as we've helped with health conditions and a lot of heavy stuff we deal with sometimes. And this one was not in particular, but this gentleman I met, Dan actually from McKees Rocks. He's from here. Yeah, and I met him through our partnership with Preferred Primary Care, the physicians group. He was a patient, had questions. Met with him, helped him with his program. We did a switch a plan, saved him on some, dental and things like that. But then, as I go through the course of the year, we help, we follow up. And then he had trouble with his medication with a particular scenario where he's not eligible for PACE. We tried everything. We helped him find
Okay.
medical assistance. He's under 65 and he does work on the side. And we got him medical assistance. Now he gets a full boat of benefits. We became friends over the course of 3 years. I mean, I'm part of his family. Really, I know his kids. I help him with navigate his over the counter, his gym membership, claims. I mean, I helped this guy a lot to the point where recently he had, his girlfriend, his caretaker, they separated, and he's so confused. So the last thing I did for him, I got him on the med pack. It's like the strip packaging for the medications because his current situation, it ended. And he was so. Anyways, this guy Dan, he's a good friend of mine. We talk all the time. It's beyond insurance at this point, so I couldn't share that story enough. And yeah, he's local, really great guy. I'm glad to help him. I'm glad I met him.
When we're glad that you did too,
Yeah,
and
for
put him in the
sure,
spot that you did. And as we look up to wrap up this
for
episode
sure.
here, looking ahead, what is it that you in particular are most looking forward to in relation to this opportunity that you have in front of you? Is it, the industry itself? Is it something MediConnect is doing? What is it that has you excited, again, looking ahead?
I have a kind of like a short, middle, and long. And my short term really is actually I hope to meet someone who hears this podcast. So that's my first immediate goal. And then that would be cool. And then the second thing really is, we've already talked about exploring into the Ohio Valley.
Mm-hmm.
I do think it's an underserved market, and I want to get more involved with my community, that I grew up in. So looking forward to that in the near future. And then long term, I think the growth that I've already experienced with the company. Lance is painting the office. I said, man, that's thanks. My office looks great, just joking. But he said, yeah, man, it's very well could be your office one day here, right? So, I mean, the futures I think is unlimited. The sky's the limit here. So I'm just going to keep going till the wheels fall off.
And we, again, one of the best teammates you could ever have right here in Ramsey. We thank you
you.
so much for
Appreciate that.
your just undying effort to truly make an impact in this market and in this industry. So once again, Ramsey
Thank you.
Hassan, reigning Agent of the Year, and
Thank
also very excited to be welcoming two to the batch here in the next few weeks.
Yes.
So I got twins on the way. So congratulations there.
Thank you.
And once more, thank you for stopping by today and letting our audience know who you are.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it. I'll do this anytime. Thank you.